Hi guys, this is Andrew from watchaddiction.us again. Just coming back. Have something I'm a little bit excited about to show you today and talk to you about. It's a new watch that I just got in that I purchased directly from a pretty popular brand within the micro brand community. Quick before I get into this, I'll do a quick wrist check. Today I am rocking my Zurich Evergraph. This was a Kickstarter watch that you saw me highlight in a previous video. Love this watch. Definitely still liking the design, the whole design to it. I get asked on a daily basis, basically, how the hell do you read this watch? And as typical, it takes me 2 or 3 minutes to explain it, but then people get it. Love this Zurich. Anyway, let's get started on today's video. And what I'm actually going to talk about. So what I had that was delivered today is a watch that I purchased, thinking back here, I think I purchased it over Labor Day weekend, directly from Aragon Watches. Now, why I'm so excited about this watch is I actually had quite a bit of concern about this. Anybody that's familiar, and again, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I apologize ahead of time. Not a big deal. But why I'm so excited about this watch is because anybody that's familiar with Aragon knows where they're located. So Aragon Watches is actually located in, well, this was shipped from Deerfield Beach, Florida. I believe their actual address is in Boca Raton, Florida. Anybody that's been watching the news lately, that's been alive in the U.S. in the past 2 weeks, has heard about Hurricane Irma and the destruction that it caused in the Florida Keys and all the way up through the state of Florida. And one of the things why I'm so excited about this watch is I was kind of nervous that I wasn't going to get this watch. I'm just going to give a big shout out here to Aragon Watches because of how they were able to get this watch out to me. So when I ordered this watch, again, was over the Labor Day weekend on a sale that they had. And I'll go into the actual watch in a minute, but I just wanted to point out the shipment was actually processed, and I don't know if you guys can see that, on Tuesday, 9/5. It left the FedEx facility in West Palm Beach on Thursday, 9/7, and started its way up through to me here where I live. Now, one of the interesting things about that is that Friday, 9/8, and going through that weekend is when Florida started to evacuate. Having Aragon folks in Deerfield Beach and or Boca, depending on where they are, they're both very, very close to each other. The fact that they got this watch out is kind of amazing to me. Just real quick, and I'll see if I can post up a screenshot of this later so it's easier to see. But this is a map of Florida, and if we focus in right there, you can see Delray Beach. Deerfield Beach is right around that same area. Delray Beach, Boca Raton, they're all right around the same area. And we're just on the outskirts of the hurricane force winds from Hurricane Irma. I know, simply because I have a few friends in Boca, I know that they had some concerns about tornadoes, and there was a couple tornadoes spotted in that area. So I hope that everybody at Aragon Watches is okay and they can continue going. But the fact that they got this watch out prior to the storm coming through probably meant the difference between me getting it today versus me getting it a month from now. Everybody knows about the destruction in Florida and the loss of power, that type of thing. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I just want to give a big shout out to the watch company itself because, in my opinion, they went above and beyond based on everything they were dealing with. But let's get this guy open. So again, go to my trusty knife for opening these boxes. Get this guy open and see what we have here. Now, this was not an extremely expensive watch, but it's one that I picked up because I absolutely love the price. I'm sorry, not the price, but the design. And look at that, they actually threw in their new mouse pad with their, I forget what model that is, it's one of their new design models that Aragon came out with. So it was pretty cool that they included the mouse pad with that. Great packing. Anybody that's seen the packing knows it pisses me off when watches don't come packed appropriately. Let's get this guy open. This is my first Aragon watch. I personally have never had one before, so I've never seen how they're packaged, how they're presented, the whole 9 yards. But this box itself, it looks almost like it's a leather covered, pretty solid. Has the Aragon logo right on top. It's going to be blue leather with red stitching. Pretty sharp watch box. Open it up, and what do we have in here? Yes, I know I'm not showing you the watch yet. Gorgeous Aragon logo inside the box. This is almost like, you guys probably can't tell, but this is almost like a velvet material, padded velvet material in here. So let's take a look at this watch itself. First, I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer. Warranty and instruction booklet, which I'm sure will come in handy at some point. Let's get some of this packing material out of the way. Alright, let's take a look at this watch. Now, as you can see, it's crushed blue velvet type material on this watch pillow. Wow, this thing is a monster. Holy crap, this thing's a monster. So what I have is the new Aragon Millipede. Now, I'm blown away at the size of this watch. I did not realize this guy was this big. I cannot wait to go through and get the plastic off of this. This is one of the first watches that in a while that I've just gone outright and purchased because I like the looks of it. So this is pretty interesting to me. The thing that I loved about this watch that originally caught my attention was the band on it, which I know I'm not doing you any service yet because I can't figure out how the hell to get the plastic off of it. And I'm trying to go a little quick here. Look at the band on this watch. That, to me, that band is amazing. I think that is hot as hell. I cannot wait to see what this guy looks like sized and on my wrist. Like I said, it's a huge watch. This guy itself, if I can take a look, the case measurements on this guy is 48 millimeter. So this is a little bit bigger than I'm used to, but I just, this guy is a monster, absolute monster. At the end of the video, I'm going to post some close-ups of it, as well as I'll post some loom shots as well. But just real quick to run through the specs on this guy before I tear it down and get some pictures for you. This guy is running a Swiss Rhonda 8040N quartz movement with 13 jewels. So it is quartz watch. It is not an automatic watch, but that, quite honestly, for this watch really doesn't matter to me. Me purchasing this watch was more about the price I got on it, and B, how unique it looks. I mean, this again, I cannot get over this band. This thing is amazing. Anybody that's seen me wear, whether it be on Instagram or wherever, one of my other favorite watches is a Bearberry trench watch that I have. And the reason I like that watch is not necessarily because of the watch itself, but I'm a huge fan of odd designed bands or kind of out there designs for the metal bands. The case thickness on this guy is a whopping 19 millimeters. So it's a big case. Definitely not going to be a lower profile to fit under my dress shirts, but this is definitely going to be added to the Weekend Warrior or short sleeve Jesus, I can't even talk today. Short sleeve shirt collection. I apologize. I'm trying to talk fast because I'm running out of light here, and I just want to get through this for you guys because I am extremely stoked about it. This guy has a water resistance of 1,650 feet. It's got the push button deployment with clasp for the band release. Again, once I get this guy cleaned up and all this packing material off of it, you'll be able to see a lot better in the pictures I post at the end of this video what this guy looks like close up. This is all stainless steel with a screw down crown. You can see right on the side there, it's got the Aragon logo right on the crown. I believe these pushers are screwed down as well, but this is a chronograph, so you can see it counting down the time there. We'll hit reset, automatically sets back. See how it drops, just as a side note, see how it dropped back to the not completely centered on the 12 o'clock. That's an adjustment that you can make with the Rhonda movement to basically calibrate that. So I'll walk through that process a little bit later. This is a K1 crystal on this guy. What else here? Huge bracelet though. This guy is 31 millimeters versus, I want to say the Evergraph band is like 24 or 22 millimeters. Sorry, I wasn't even showing it to you. But it's a huge band. I am so stoked about this watch. Again, it'll be better, easier to see when I get some close-up pictures for you, but at the 12 o'clock position, we have the day of the week indicator. At the 6 o'clock position, we have the date indicator, and then all of the other locations are for the chronograph functions of this watch. Now, this is the really interesting part and why I love these watches. A, it's just a hot watch in general, but B, guess what I paid for this guy? Directly off the Aragon website, which is available right now. You don't even need a link for it. I don't have any special coupon code or anything for you. If you just go to aragonwatches.com and click on new watches, this guy right now, even up to and including today, their original price is $420 on this watch. Right now, this watch is selling for $200 out the door. I purchased this watch for $200, no coupon code, nothing special. That's their price directly on their website. Go check it out. Again, I am super stoked with this purchase. The polish on this band is amazing. Very bright, very shiny. What I'm going to be interested to see is how this guy holds up. One other interesting thing that I just noted on the back that I personally have not seen this before. I don't know if at some point in time they had plans to roll this watch out with an automatic movement, or it could just be because they wanted to be a little bit different. But this guy actually has a display back on the Swiss Rhonda movement. Personally, I've never seen that before, where you actually have a display back on the back of the watch for movement that is not automatic. That is a screw-down display back, so when the time comes and I have to change the battery on that guy, I'm going to have to unscrew that case, but just a really interesting, gorgeous watch. I'm sure there's going to be haters out there. I'm sure there's going to be people that think it's gaudy. Which is fine, to each their own. Nobody really has the same exact taste as it relates to watches, but I know what I like, and this is probably one of the best watches I've purchased in a while. One thing I can tell right out of the bat is because this guy is so highly polished, I can tell there's going to get a lot of fingerprints on it. There's a lot of surface area to leave fingerprints. So I can see myself constantly polishing this watch, but that's fine. That's something I love doing just in my spare time anyway, kind of the watch geek in me. But anyway, that's my unboxing of the Aragon Millipede. Thank you guys for checking that out. If you hold on just a second here, what you'll see next is some close-up pictures of this guy. And yeah, I'll see if I can do a loom shot as well as some close-up pictures so that you guys can see this thing firsthand. And thanks for watching. Again, shout out to Aragon Watches for getting this watch out of their warehouse before Hurricane Irma. Absolutely blows my mind. And I can tell you next time I'm down in Boca, Deerfield Beach, Delray area, I am absolutely going to be trying to stop in and talk to these guys. Absolutely amazing. Still stunned. Thank you guys. Have a great week. Here coming up, not this week, but probably next week, we're going to be looking at getting at least 2 more watches, I'm sorry, that I'm aware of. So be looking forward to those videos. Again, this is Andrew at watchaddiction.us. Thank you guys for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great night.